Two seniors at Centennial High School turned their big idea to make a global impact into reality this week at the high school as they produced more than 50,000 meals for starving children in the developing world. Through a partnership with Feed My Starving Children, they rallied 250 students and staff to prepare the meals at an event held at the high school. Catherine Bloom has more.
The idea was sparked last spring. Tasha Erding and Sarah Peck wanted to do something big and make an impact on the world.
Everyone always says, young people, they can do anything these days. If there's a will, there's a way. And I've always heard that, but I've never really had an experience with it and really believed it.
And this year, they did it.
But this event really showed me that if you do have a will, there is a way, and you can make a big difference in the world and do something that has a global effect.
This is one of the biggest projects I've seen.
They brought Feed My Starving Children to their high school, packed more than 50,000 meals, and found enough volunteers to make it happen. But before they could start that process, they had to raise enough money to pay for every one of the meals they wanted to pack that day. They had to find $11,000.
We ended up talking to our churches. I go to Eaglebrook and Sarah goes to Incarnation. And through a contact at Eaglebrook, we actually received an anonymous $10,000 donation to cover the cost of the ingredients. So we got to go back to our principal and say, hey, look, we fundraise the money, we can do the event. And since then, we've been doing a lot of recruiting with volunteers and planning it with the Feed My Starving Children's requirements.
With the money in place, they were able to dive in with the full support of their school and their principal.
The response has been great, and truly, these two ladies are role models to our students, and they're definitely going to set, the trend to future generations here. It's been positive. These kids truly are embracing the fact that they're not only helping our community, they're helping the world.
Sarah and Tasha say that they were thrilled by how many students wanted to get involved with the project.
There's been a really positive reaction about the events. The students were really excited to be able to do Feed My Starving Children during the school day, and a lot of them have done it before outside of school, but this is such a great opportunity for them to come together as a student body, pack meals for hungry children throughout the world, and even be able to get out of class and volunteer during the day.
It's such a great thing to do to encourage students to volunteer outside of school and get involved in other activities that give back to not only the community, but in this case the world, as kids all over the world are getting meals.
Feed My Starving Children is based out of Coon Rapids and tackles world hunger by sending nutritious, pre-packed meals to nearly 50 countries a year. The meals are used to operate orphanages, schools, and clinics throughout the world. Last year, they produced 163 million meals. The young women hope that their fellow students remember this day as more than a way to miss class for a couple hours, and hope that they continue giving back.
I hope that they take away how important it is to do things for others, because not everyone is as fortunate as us here in America, so it's nice that they can hopefully go out and do some things for their own and volunteering and maybe get involved in volunteering at a hospital or any of those things, no matter how big or small it is, that they can start to give back to.
A lot of kids are coming out of packing and saying, wow, this is such a great program, we should do this next year. We had a couple parents call in and say, we would have loved to volunteer and support the mission as well, so I think that'll definitely hopefully keep going.
While helping feed thousands, these students also made an impression on their families, their school, and their classmates.
Our parents are both really proud of us because it's such a big thing to do. And it's been a lot of work and organization, but I know they're definitely proud of us because we're giving back to the whole world. I would say the students definitely reacted positively too, because it gets them involved, and I know it's a lot of fun, and they definitely really like it. We totally got enough volunteers right away because students knew about it, and it's a great way to give back.
I'm just so grateful that we have students like Sarah and Tasha in this building, and it's so fun to watch the kids. And if you watch them, they're all smiling, laughing, having a fun time, serving our community and serving the world.
For North Metro TV News, Catherine Bloom reporting.
Over the course of the school day, they were able to pack 54,432 meals, which exceeded their goal by nearly 10%. Feed My Starving Children works with volunteer packing groups 6 days a week at sites in 3 states.